The US has essentially been at war the entirety of its existence, and there's extensive documentation and history about this. Some sites, for example, say that we've only not been at war for 17 years, like this site War History Online, which is very proud of this fact. The Smithsonian also visualized this, talking about how the US has been at war 93.5% of its entire existence. But I would argue that it's not even 17 years, it's not even 93.5, it's 100% the entire years that the US has existed, it has been at war. Because remember what I say, oppressors try to erase history so that they can repeat it. Let's go to Wikipedia and their list of wars involving the United States Empire. There's even someone who took that Wikipedia list, wrote some code, and then visualized this. Green are the years that the US hasn't been at war, and red are the rest. But again, I want to bring it back to the fact that the United States Empire has actually been at war the entire time. For instance, on Wikipedia, between the American-Algerian War, which ended in 1795, and the Quasi-War, which began in 1798, there were apparently 3 years of peace. But we know for a fact that during those 3 years, the US Empire was committing active genocide against the indigenous people back then and still are today. Another example, the war on Korea supposedly ended in 1953 and the war on Vietnam began in 1955, so that would be 2 years. However, an armistice was put in place in 1953 between the Koreas, with the US playing a large part, and that technically means they're still at war, and of the parties that agreed to this armistice, the US is the one that does not want to move forward from the armistice to something like a peace agreement. So the US is keeping Korea at war. And I could go through the entire list, and for every instance of those years of peace, I could tell you that that was not the case. For instance, the US has been at war against Black folks within its borders since the beginning as well. And the way Caitlin Johnstone summarized this is perfect. The US empire isn't a government that runs nonstop wars, it is a nonstop war that runs a government. The US exists by, for, and because of capitalist colonialism. And they have found that what is the most profitable is war. The US is a war corporation, and we're gonna end it.